say, wait, with my little pick and shovel, I'll be there. I'll be there, I'll be there. And with my little pick and shovel, I'll be there. I'll be there, I'll be there. And with my little pick and shovel, I'll be there.
Welcome to the Central Stand for another special live episode every Sunday. So, boys, how are we feeling?
How's it going, mate? You good?
Yeah, all good. All good. I just want to say, Laura couldn't come on tonight as she had to look after her daughter. So, Laura, thank you so much. Next Sunday, we're definitely 110% going to get her on. So, let's introduce the panel. Mr. Welshie, how are you, pal?
Not too bad yourself, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Morgan, how are you, buddy?
Really excited. Really good. You all good, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. When we were doing the title thing, I could just see you going, "Oh my god!" It was lush to see, mate.
Nervous.
And now, Frankie, boy, how are you, my pal? You're good?
Yeah, all okay, Dan. Thank you for having me on tonight, and I can't wait for the season to start now. So,
Oh, mate. Yeah, same here, mate. Like, thank you so much, boys. Like, anyone watching, if you want to be on, like, it's not a special sort of person. This channel is basically here for the fans. So, boys, let's start off then. This club has broken our hearts, but it never broke our bond. We've lost games, managers, even our way, but we've never lost us. And now a new manager, a new era, a second bid from Gareth Bale. But forget the headlines. Tonight is about the heartbeat, the people, the identity, the soul. This isn't a moan. This isn't a spin. This is the most honest football conversation you'll see or hear anywhere in Britain. Welcome to the biggest Central Stand yet. Welcome back to the boys. So let's get into it then. So basically, segment 1, Gareth Bale's Cardiff, the dream that won't die. So when Gareth Bale bids for your club, not once, but he could possibly be twice, it's not business. It's love, pride, and identity. And whatever happens, this story says more about us than him. So Frank, you're first, my friend. What would a Bale-led Cardiff feel like to you?
well, like all of us know, he's Welsh. He's done the business through all the leagues, like all of us know. It would be absolutely brilliant for him to lead Cardiff now and his consortium. Like you said earlier, Tan might be involved with them, but at least he's got the guidance of a great footballer, probably the best in the world. Like a lot of pundits, the English pundits, they always say, because he's Welsh, he would be the best in the world. But he's not. They're not saying he's best in the world because the English media. But he is the best, and if he bid for our club, it would be a great achievement in his 21st century. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it'd be absolutely brilliant. I know, like, it's nothing concrete, but, as Tan said years ago, no Welsh billionaire or millionaire is going to buy the club. And, mate, that'd be a bittersweet, for us Cardiff fans, innit, But, yeah, another question I'd like to ask you, Frank. I'm doubling them up tonight because I'm so excited. What do you think excited Bale enough to try this, mate?
Well, he's, like I said earlier on in the video, he's Welsh. He's won the World Cup. Sorry, he's played in the World Cup. Scored a
I guess you won the World Cup, to be honest, mate.
Absolutely tremendous in the Euros, and because he's got a Welsh connection and Cardiff. I think he's still young now, and let's see how it goes. And the future looks bright for Cardiff if this can be achieved.
Oh yes, mate, definitely 110%. Like I think this would be the best thing. I know the Swans here, like, oh, we got Modric coming in, and we're like, no, we've got Gareth Bale, boys. You know what I mean? But yeah, Morgan, go on. Sorry, mate.
one of our own. Got me excited just saying that then.
Yeah, mate. Morgan, on to you next, mate. What would be the first thing you'd want Bale to change if he took over?
Oh, first thing, do you know what? I wanted to get the fans back together.
Mm.
Do you know what? We need the passion back. We need to be heard. Like with Bale, he's let's be honest, he's worldwide. He's not just he's only sort of stuck to Wales. He's won the champion. Like look at him in the Euros. He was our leader. He brings so much. He would bring so much to the club. Like he's a hero. Let's be honest. Hero. There's never be a Gareth Bale. There'll never be a Gareth Bale. It's been said. It's a fact. I'd want him to do something back. Like I'd want him to see us a passion back. Like fans involved. It's so exciting. We haven't had no excitement. Everyone got so upset when Gareth Bale's coming to Cardiff. He went to America. Is there a bigger plan? Has he been waiting for this moment? I'd love him to come. I would love him to come.
Yeah, well, talking about, because before we went live, boys, we talked about like the consortium that he's with, and what was it like? What did I say, 1.3 billion, and I think that's more money than Tanner's got, so they could comfortably pay but it's back and forth. They could come. Like I look at it as you're never gonna say yes to the first one of you.
Yeah.
But going on, if you've got any question, guys, to the panel, please let me know. So Kyle, Bale would be face of it. I believe the consortium would leave him to run the club and put the money in when he needed. What do you think about that, Mog?
I think that's spot on. And I'll be honest with you, for a long time with Cardiff, this ain't like a negative thing. We haven't had these are our starting 11. This is our strongest side. It's been a different team every week. He's injured. Can he play there? He's so clued up. And he's losing. Look at him when Wales are losing. Look how pumped up he is when we win. When he scores for Wales, he almost rips his shirt off. Like, I really, really think he got so much structure. He'll bring a proper squad back, and he won't sit back and watch us lose. He wouldn't. There's no way you'd want to come to Cardiff to sit and watch us in League One, draw a game, fine, lose a game. He will want every win that he can, and I genuinely believe he'll do really well at Cardiff. I really do.
Yeah. Do you think he would be the type of owner like you see with Wrexham with Paul McEnany, whatever his name is? He's sitting in the stands with the fans. Do you think like he'll get something like a fan zone going or something like that?
I really do, right? Look at Sam Haman. I know we were speaking about him earlier. You don't ever see a chairman walking round a pitch during a game, doing the Ayatollah to the fans. I'm telling you now, Bale would be the type to chuck in the starting 11 if we were losing 1-0. Do you know what I mean? He'd be so involved, and I'd love to see it. He'd be perfect. He got his own bar in Cardiff. There'd be an after party back it is after the game. He would be exactly what we need. Excitement to bring that back to the City Stadium. We haven't had it in so long, and it's been disappointing. But yet again, all the fans are there, day in, day. We're Bluebirds. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
we need it. We deserve it.
Oh, mate, perfect. Mate, you're getting me excited. I think you should be the other way. I think you should be hosting tonight. Welshie, what does it say about the club that someone like Bale even wants us? Because you have a lot of people saying, who's going to come and buy Cardiff? Be careful what you wish for. What do you feel about that, mate?
Well, it's great he's wanting to buy us, but until Fabrizio Romano puts it on, you can't really believe it, really. So it's one of them for me. He's from the city. He's not really got any connections with the club. He's got connections with the city because he's from the city. But he's not got any connections with the club. He's never played for the club, but he knows what it means to people from Cardiff, and that's the main thing for me. Like,
I think as well, being Welsh, we're very passionate, as a country anyway. So, that extra flair of him being Welsh, I think he'll understand, because he's played in the stadium. He understands, because most of the Cardiff fan base go to watch the Welsh game. So he already knows what sort of fans Cardiff fans are, you got the likes of Ramsey and, different Welsh players or talking to him and maybe telling him, go for it, but Going on the next question for you, mate. Do you think a player-led module like this could inspire the whole city?
Well, it could, because everyone looks up to Bale, don't they? Like the youngsters wanting to be him. If, like, scoring a goal, they'll always shout his name or whatever. It'll definitely drive more eyes onto the club as well in that sense. And hopefully it'll build the city to go more into the club as a such. Like if you go into most pubs in Cardiff or the surrounding areas, you've got your Man U fans, your Liverpool fans and stuff like that. It's like, me personally, myself, I live up north. I live near Newcastle. So seeing the fan base of Sunderland and Newcastle and stuff like that, if our city can be like that, and if Bale's the person to get our city together, it could be huge. I think.
Yeah, mate, I think it'd be great. 'Cause I think the next thing you'd be seeing is a memorial on the wall, him in his shining armour, But yeah, so basically, I've got a question to put to the group. So I'll start with you, Morg, and then we'll go to Frank, and then we go to Welshie. How would it feel to have someone who understands Cardiff leading us?
Oh my God, it'd be, but like it really would. Like I keep getting excited, even talking, thinking about it. We need someone who understands Cardiff. We need someone who understands what it means to us to win. Cardiff City, like I said to you earlier, right? If they lose a game, bad mood for the whole week. If they win a game, I'm pumped for the whole week. That's exactly how I am. I just find I go into the derbies, go in there, and I was seeing some of the players, and you see the videos. Oh, we're pumped up. They're on the pitch. They're half-assed. It ain't massive to them, but it's massive to us. They get pumped up, see us in the crowd, and think, "Fucking hell, here we go." A derby game, like it's Ninian Park again. And the away teams are intimidated. The home team are pumped up. We go for it. Really need that passion back, and I really think you'll bring it. I really do understand. He understands the Cardiff City Stadium. He's been there with Wales. He understands how the facilities. He's trained there. Let's be honest. He's going to know some of the Cardiff players. He knows Ramsey. He knows half the Welsh squad. Do you know what I mean? He's going to know. He knows Cardiff. He's from here. His mum lives out. Was it Whitchurch that his mum lived?
Yeah, Whitchurch, I've heard. A lot of people have been saying Whitchurch. Like, I don't know 110%, but if it's Whitchurch, it's Whitchurch. Like, but yeah, mate, it's exciting. But what about you, Frank?
Like you said just now, for example, when they got to the Euros the first time for Cardiff was electric, absolutely electric. Wales just made, well, in Cardiff, it was a map. It was unbelievable. And like all the Cardiff players, Welsh connections, it'd be absolutely brilliant if he could come. And like you say, the meaning back for Cardiff now, if he did come, the next 10, 20 years would be electric. Back to the championship, to the Premiership with BBM and his staff, and hopefully see how it goes going forward now in the next couple of seasons. But yeah, like we all said earlier on, it would be just the icing on the cake if he could come and steer us back to how Cardiff were a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, great stuff, mate. Frank, you're absolutely spot on there, mate. Like we say in there, like, I've said it a few times this year, maybe it's a blessing in disguise of us getting relegated. Like, I didn't want to be relegated, boys. It broke my heart on the last day. But if it meant for all this to happen, for us, for him to come in, or if he even ain't Bale, someone else to come along now, But yeah, it's exciting times. Well, what about you, Elsie? What do you feel about it?
I just want someone to come into the club and put the identity back into the club. Really, I don't care who it is, whether it's Bale or whether it's the local guy down the road. As long as he brings the identity back, get the fans back in love with the club again. That's all I want. You're talking that the things you could change in the club from day one. Get the proper badge back. Get the proper badge back. That's our identity. That's from the first one. Get the proper kits back. Switch the canton stand to the family stand. That's what I would do. So the away fans is next to the atmosphere, so it drives the atmosphere.
Yeah, mate, great stuff.
Stuff like that is what you need, and proper investment.
Yeah, 110%, mate. Like, I totally agree with you.
But it's not going to be happening overnight. You know, it took Sunderland a few years to get promoted. You know, Rangers went down 3 leagues. It took them a good few times to go back up to the Scottish Prem. Juventus went down 3 leagues as well. So it's not going to happen overnight. This is going to be a long project. But what I don't get is how we've announced BBM as manager, but now Bale's involved or something else, he might not want him as manager. He might come into the club and be like, "Well, why have you appointed a manager? I want my own guy in," you know.
Imagine that, Bellamy straight away. Because Bellamy said, "Yeah, you would never come here with tan." But imagine that, have a Ramsey or like Earnshaw's football director, and then you've got, you know, Bellamy, the Cardiff City army.
You can't get any worse than what we've got at the minute.
No, like the way I look at it, like, you know, BBM's come in, like, the way I look at it, you can't say anything negative about him until we see him out on the pitch, and I can't wait for Spain next month, boys. I can't wait to see the players, how the chemistry between them all. But like, right, I'm gonna read some before we go to the next segment. Now, I always like to read comments, and maybe we can discuss about some of the stuff, because there's some really good comments coming in. So guys, please keep them coming in. I'd rather be reading your comments, putting them to the panel, and then we'll go from there then. Phil Jones, I can't see Tan selling up until the Salah case is over. But saying that, his family have wanted him to sell for a while. So if the price is right, come on down. Who knows? I like that, mate. Kyle Burston, Bale being known worldwide make me wonder if he has seen how much of a laughing stock we are around the world. And the reason he wants to buy us is it to bring that identity back. What do you think about that, boy? Start with you, Morg. What do you think about that, mate?
Do you know what, right? I think it's a good point. Like I know a lot of people who support so many different clubs, from like League 2, Premiership, like diehard fans. And every time I speak to them, they say, "What has happened to Cardiff? We used to come to Ninian Park." Phil Ferdinand said it himself. You haven't been to Ninian Park. It's intimidating. You hear people shouting on the back. It's that intimidated. Cardiff was like such a scary place to come to. Now you stand up and it's like, do this, don't swear, do that. They're laughing at us. We are a laughing stock. They start singing the English national anthem, and Cardiff stand up to have a go, and you're getting told to sit back down. Intimidating no more. We are a laughing stock sometimes. And then you see stories. Oh, Vincent Tan brought the goalkeeper into his office having a go at him for not scoring goals. Even my on my head, thinking, fuck that. That's Cardiff City. That's my club. It's nothing to do with us, the fans. But how can you not laugh? And it is going to hit the players sometimes when they go. Let's be honest. Like with Bale, Champions League, Madrid, going away to all these different places. Where are you from? Cardiff. Oh, is that the one with that Vincent Tan with his things up? Yeah, pulling goalkeepers. It is embarrassing. He might even be thinking, fucking hell. How do I say that I'm from there and I want to buy that? Buy it and do something about it. Take over. And be honest with you, after one of the comments just read, then I hope he does listen to his family and nip back to Malaysia. Go and pay for the flight.
Yeah, get his mother on the phone again, innit?
Yeah.
Right. Well, boys, when you want to talk?
Yeah, like you just said now, years ago with Dave Jones, we had passion, leaders, everything. And with Malky was the same, real good football. And we had an identity. Over the few seasons, then I'm not too sure what happened, but with the Salah case and stuff, it went a bit sour. After this Salah case has been so long ongoing and stuff, all the fans been not too sure what's happening. Hopefully now with this new season now, BBM can bring the identity back first and foremost. Attract all, and hopefully now within say a season, maybe September, this Salah case might be sorted, and slowly we can get back to where we were, and slowly climb the leagues. Like you said, it's not going to be overnight, but slowly, gradually, hopefully we can see improvements and see stability.
Yeah, great stuff, mate. I absolutely agree with you on Frank. And exciting times ahead, boys. It's mad because we've literally had no communication, nothing, not a pin drop. I don't know how much time I spent on X or spent on Instagram, just like even searching online any Cardiff City news, and then we've just been bombarded. And to be honest, it's overwhelming because all of a sudden it's just loads of stuff coming out. But well, see what do you think about that with Kyle's question, mate?
Well, the question.
Yeah, Kyle's question. I'll read you again, mate.
Sure.
Bale being known worldwide make me wonder if he has seen how much of a laughing stock we are around the
Well,
world.
it's not just him, really. Like we've definitely been a laughing stock, He's like a good friend of mine. He often mentions Wrexham a lot. Look at how well they've gone at the leagues and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
And I've always told my mates, especially up north, like how great the club is. When I first moved up here, like when I was 13, I told one of my friends who was a Newcastle fan how great the club was, how great the fans were, and he went to an away game and he said your fans are shocking. He said your club's terrible, and that hurts me to know what other people think from an outside point of view what the club's like.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, it's bad, man.
Yeah, mate. I think like I go to every home and away games, boys, and I swear to God, the people I'm around anyway. Like my mate Jonathan Wilkins was most probably watching this. You could in Sunderland, the defender could hear him from the gods, like. But yeah, going on to the next lot of comments we've got here. Just keep the full bluebird like last season. Great, mate. Prediction for next season. We're going to win the league.
So what? Going for it. I'm jumping straight in here. I've said it from day one. As soon as we went down, it's a League One tour. That's all it is. We will win the league. I really think we'll go higher than Luton as well. I generally think we'll finish first. I don't know, right? We haven't really mentioned BB much, right? But listening to him the last couple of days, God, he could have put that Irish voice, like so. I reckon he's going to do all right. I really do. And because he's been at Man City, let's be honest, you don't get a job at Man City if you know one. If you don't know why. They knew what they were doing. And I really, really hope he's going to bring something back to Cardiff. There's going to be in it's League One. I was heartbroken. I mean, heartbroken when I found out Rolls was going the other day.
Yeah.
But you know what? I reckon if we stick to her, keep some of the decent players now, really, really push for it. It all depends now who we keep, who goes. Really does. I pray to God the Salak stays. Really do. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we're going to go up. I really am.
Yeah. Anything like to add to that, boys? What's your predictions?
I sort of disagree in a certain extent. He talks about exciting football. He's been a Man City and stuff like that. But I'm one of these people. I go off like a CV. So what he's done as himself as a person. So at Rochdale in the same league, he got him relegated. Let's add that he's gone to Man City. Yes, he's learned a lot from Pep. He speaks about in his interview how he's learned from Pep. But Pep Guardiola is one of these people who he's had a budget, he's had a bank balance, and he's had the players to do it. But the only season that he's had where he's under pressure was this season, and Man City done awful. So he's talking about exciting football. Great. I'll buy into that. However, you're not going to win a league with exciting football in League One. You've got to grind out results sometimes. Like sometimes it can be 0-0 for 80 minutes and you've got to grind that last minute goal, Managers like Big Sam and Warnock will get you out of them games, but has he got the experience to get you out of them games?
Yeah.
You've got to have that. It's great having the modern day football, For me, it's great. But passion from the back doing the Pep style of football in League One, is it going to work? It's interesting to find out,
Thanks, Welshie, mate. A great answer to that question. What about you, Frank? What's your predictions, mate?
Well, like you said earlier, BBN, he's worked with, I believe, Robertson, Alves, because he was at Leicester. He knows a load of youngsters. I think he will do well but like we say earlier, I don't think it'll be overnight. But hopefully, if we can have a good season, maybe in the playoffs at the end of the season and sneak a win in the final, we'll take that. Or if we have a good season, like I say, or next season push, see how it goes. But like I say, he's worked with all the experienced players, Man City, Leicester, Vardy. Say, I'm excited for the season. I'm just a bit went down, but hopefully we can bounce back straight away, or maybe the season. But I am excited. I will do okay.
But
Yeah.
adding to that quickly, people are gutted that we went down, but we should have learned from the season before, because had Reading not had a point deduction, we would have been relegated the season before. So we had a full season to put them wrongs right. We already had a taste of relegation, and we were saved by the skin of our teeth. So last season should have been one where, right, we had the squad to do it. We look at our squad. Like I said at the start of the season, announced promotion, and one of my mates laughs at me now to this day. He'll say, remember last season when he said announced promotion, you got relegated. But it's true what I said. We shouldn't have got relegated with that squad. We shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But it's one of them.
Yeah, I think the way I'm looking at it, boys, I'm not looking at the past anymore, because if we talk about the past, we're just going to get upset. Like, I'm looking forward. It's because I spoke to my dad, and my dad was like, oh, you're going to the grounds that I never thought you'd be going to what I've gone. And he's telling me, oh, that place is rough. That place is out of atmosphere. And you look at some of these stadiums, and like the capacity of the whole stadium is like 6,000. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and there's another one, I'm sure, right? There's a stadium, 1,000 and something the capacity is. You imagine, like, you know, a proper Tuesday night, or, you know, if we bounce, like, we have that game, and it's we're sold out. And imagine that behind, wherever we are, behind the post or to the side, you can imagine what we're going to be like singing. Because, all right, we've been used to all this big grounds and that, but I love the old school grounds, boys. Like when I went to Plymouth, oh my god, you know the way they were, and you know, the way you were chops, and you felt, oh my god, I feel like I'm in Ninian Park a bit. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like that kind of, you know, back and forth, that banter, and that's what you love about away day, innit? It's like you're there with your mates, just bantering, and you'll feel like when you're all together, it's you guys against the whole city. Do you know what I mean? Or for instance, now a town. But yeah, boys, going on to the next segment now. New faces, new foundations. We don't need stars, we need soul. No more panic, boys. No more filter. If you don't love the badge, don't even sign the contract. That's the way I look at it. But Frank, let me start off with you, mate. If you could choose the captain of this rebuild, who would it be?
Well, I would go for, say, Salak. Like Warnock years ago, BBM needs to get all of us together now in pre-season and say, look, let's be all together like the old Cardiff, get the identity back and go for it from game one to the end, and see where we go and see how it is at the end of the season. And I'm sure we will be up there in the playoffs or above. I know it's an hard league, League One. I know it is a gritty league, but we're not just anyone. We are Cardiff, and we're a good club, and everyone knows it. And hopefully, like I say about Warnock, if BBM can get it in a direction, and everyone believing, we will have a good season, I think.
Yeah, mate. What kind of character in the player would define this era, new era?
Well,
Like, you know, talking about, like, you know, club legends, what, like, sort of player,
all right.
you know, would you be looking in these youngsters to become, or do you think they're youngsters you think already are going to bring out this new era of us being in League One, mate?
Well, it all depends what signings he makes as well. I'd love to be, just say, like a Kavanagh or Morrison. Like Warnock's, when he took charge, there was not just one captain in his sides. There was 3 or 4 captains. everyone helped each other out, and that's what we need really. Just like I know you said earlier, and I don't want it either. I don't want to go back like last season, but there's no togetherness. We've had togetherness over the seasons with Cardiff, and that's what we need. Just everyone pulling in the same direction, and do all right then. But I can't. Sorry, I can't name a name.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
No, it's all right, mate. It's fine. Like you know, just answer what you think is right, mate. That's the whole point. I put these questions, but however, you want to answer them or you feel is correct.
We've got pre-season friendlies, haven't we? So whoever steps up in the pre-season friendlies and shows himself as a leader, just give it to them.
Yeah.
I reckon it's Elder. I really do. He's the one that I sit and watch, right? And my missus, I love it. She loves it. The only one who goes in with a crunching tackle, who proper gives 100%. Every attack, boom, he's on it. Every defense, bam, he's on it. Genuinely don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I seen the other day that Oxford were after him, and there was loads of comments on there from Oxford fans going, "Oh, who'd buy a Cardiff City player? Look what's just happened to him." And I thought, you know what? He's been our best player for not only last season, the season before as well. He's been brilliant. And every time I speak to him, every time we lose, he's fuming. He's gutted. And not often you see a player who's pissed off after a game because they lost. And I know you shouldn't say I see a player pissed off. I fucking love to see it. That's all I want to see is someone who feels exactly the same as me, pissed off that we've just lost, instead of walking, yeah, we just lost. How are you, mate? Yeah, all good. Yeah, have a wicked weekend. Ain't gonna have a wicked weekend. We just lost. And I genuinely, I'd love to see him have the armband. I really would. And at the moment, who else would have it? Perry NG. He got a lot of passion. He is a great player, and he would be a good shout for him. But sometimes he's a little bit too aggressive, and you can't ever be too aggressive. I reckon a doubt all the way personally, but
yeah, mate, perfect stuff. Like, to be honest, mate, right, I tell you what, right, my favourite moment of Dawda this year was the Norwich game, boys. Oh my God, when he scored that, the second goal, the extra time, wasn't it? Extra time.
that went on and on and on.
Mate, I tell you what, did you see the video afterwards of he's the top goal scorer for Norwich? He went into the dressing room, was kicking everything about, like, and to me, that's what I love, because I remember, like, a few people, oh, should we go? Should we stay? And to be honest, like, I always think, right, stay to the end, because you never know what's gonna happen, But yeah, going on, right, Morg? So the next question is to you. What excites you most? New leaders or a new culture going into League One, mate?
Do you know what? I'm going to go new leaders, right? The only reason being, I think the leaders bring culture with them anyway. When we've had a solid leader, the fans are loving it. The fans are pumped because every leader we Graham Cavan has, like when we had Mozza as a captain, involved with the fans, they brought so much, and I love it when we get someone when we have a solid leader, we look strong. When we don't have a leader, we fucking fall apart. You see a game in the first 5 minutes when we haven't got a leader on the pitch, you see them looking around like they've never played football before, and then the crowd get upset, and then that's it, boom, 1-0 down, and you can tell we're going to lose him within the first 5 minutes. But when we got a leader on the pitch, here we go. I used to watch Darren Pearce, come on, literally in the first 5 minutes, you'd see him 5 minute plays if they'd done something wrong. If we went in, boom, come on, like he proper give it to him. And I thought, I was him and think, he's just like me inside. Like, no, I'm feeling, going for it. Whenever he's pissed off, I'm pissed off. I really reckon we need a good leader. So yeah, I'll go with leader on that one.
Nice one, mate. Yeah, mate, it's exciting because, like, we got to think about, all right, with, Rizza, he was a nice guy, but it didn't help. Like, I felt like a lot of the players didn't have the right direction, or they most probably didn't know what they were believing into. They didn't know what they were backing, and that's what I feel like. It's only so much you can blame on the manager. I believe the players did play a part of it, you know. But at the end of the day, I think Ramsey, I think you could see, Ramsey tweaking stuff. But I think it's
Yeah.
something deeper. I think it's something, I think, the way the league went and everything, and the injuries, change of manager, and the environment being around. I think it's very. I don't think it was a good place to be in. To get what I'm saying? So, but going on to the next question, to mate, do fresh faces give us a clean connection with the club again?
Oh, I mean, I'd say yeah, sometimes. Like some of the players that are coming in, like Robertson from Man City. I'll be honest with, when he came in, loads of people saying to me, "Well, what do you reckon? Do you reckon he'll be any good?" I don't know. I've never heard of him from like Man City youth. He was absolutely brilliant, and I loved him. He's absolutely class. So when a new player comes in, you do get excited when they first come in because you don't give them a chance, and you know what, right? After the first game or two, when you see they're enjoying it, they score a goal, they come over. It is nice to see having a new face. I don't like having too many new faces. I think you bring too many people in, they don't know how to quite play yet, and it takes a bit of time. But I don't know, when a new player does come in, it's a fresh start. They might have had a shit time somewhere else, and they might be a really good player. When you come to Cardiff, I don't care who you are. You could be Joe Bloggs off the street. The fans are going to love you anyway. As soon as you put that Cardiff sit on, no one goes, I don't know who he is. I don't know. You're a bluebird, mate. Give 100% in one game. Hero forever. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, just going on that question, Alex Sims. Any news on Bale, Dan? I have heard there's interest, but it's nothing concrete. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, he's gonna buy the club tomorrow. I wish I could tell you he is buying the club tomorrow, but unfortunately not. Going on to you, Welshie. Do you think a strong squad identity helps fans buy in quickly?
A good squad would let us buy in, but it doesn't have to be a young squad. Doesn't have to be an old squad. Just a squad that'll get us going, like a mixture of young and old. Really, so one that'll get us excited again. Really, yeah. As long as there's a good identity within it.
Because you've got to think, like, like as we said about Callum O'Dowda, if you have like one or two, the people who've been there at the club for a while, know what Cardiff fans get off their seats for, and the youngsters, like, you got to think Cardiff City Academy is one of the hardest academies to get into, right? And like they've got this way of playing, this aggressive, always running at the ball, and if the way I look at it, boys, if we're building this foundation and that's what we've been crying out for, maybe it's someone like BBM to come in and get what we need. Because all we could know for now, we could be winning the league, but we don't know until the bread's in the pudding, and you just got to see it for yourself. Like, it's so exciting. Like, it's literally, the fixtures are coming out Thursday. Oh mate, I'm so excited for the the week ahead, boys. But Welshie, going on again. Who's one realistic signing that would excite you right now? Like, is there any players you might think, oh, would be great signing for Cardiff, or a leader, or in some for that matter?
There's no one I could put a finger on. Possibly try and get Alves back on loan, but that's judging off last season. But other than that, I just want somebody who'll play for the badge. I'm not bothered who comes in, as long as they play for the badge and they understand that it's not going to be a short process. It's going to be a long process, and they may not get promoted in the first season, maybe the second or third, but just know that there's a plan in place that's going to get us to where we need to be. But also, we need the backing, and until Tan goes, we're not going to get the financial backing. So at the minute, it's one of them. Like, it's a hard one for me to say stuff like that. What players would you attract to us, considering what the club's been through the past 5 to 10 years?
Yeah,
nobody will look at us and go, I want to play there.
Yeah, I just hope to God we just don't have another Kanga on our hands, boys. Do you know what I mean? I think he's gone down as the worst signing in Cardiff history. I think. I don't know who was in charge of that, but God.
Just adding to that, if I can. The thing that's confused me with the BBM appointment is he's a head coach, and I know that head coaches in other clubs don't make the final decision on transfers. So who's going to be above him, bringing players in? Because they may get people in that he may not want to work with. You know,
I think we all know the answer to that. It's Ken Chu and Darman.
Exactly. So you could buy a donkey and say BBM, you're going to work with him tomorrow. It's what he gets out of him. You know, so it'd be interesting to see as a manager or a coach what he does with these players now.
I know they'll be signing my dog next, boys. So only joking. Right, Kyle, it's that like, mate. I like, to be honest, guys. The questions are absolutely flooding in tonight, and I'm just so excited to read them. Kyle burst in. Won't win the league. Plymouth are doing the business. Reading doing the rounds. Also, a few clubs bigger in the league than us. We will struggle. I disagree on that one, mate. We're going to win the league, right? Okay. Wayne Davis, BBM speaks so intellectually and so much knowledge. When he speaks, you can't help believe him. I don't get negativity. This is the first manager who wants to play attractive football and willing to play the youngsters. I do think we go up automatically. We do need 2 or 3 leaders, as we had none last season. Like, yeah, I totally agree with Wayne there. I think until we see him in action, like, I know going on the past experience, I understand certain fans like you, Welshie, you only go in by what we've seen, but I think, like, until we see it in person, I say give him 8-9 games, see how it goes, because in 8-9-10 games, mate, you never know. We could be on like what Wrexham done in League One. We could actually smash their record and do a 9-10 win. You don't know. That's what's so magical about football. You don't know what's going to happen. It depends on what the players are like, or what their mentality is feeling. But, mate, if he can bring everyone together and get everyone singing off the same hymn sheet, as the boys always say, it is a very exciting time. It's going into a new league that we haven't been in for years. But yeah, boys, what do you feel about that then? What do you feel about, the whole manager? Are you going to back him? Are you going to see how it plays out?
I'm going to back him 100%. At the end of the day, what manager we bring in, I'm backing. You're at my club. You're not going to come here just to lose games. You're coming here to win anyway. And like I said, I could have listened to him all night the other day. He almost just sat there listening to his interviews, and he does know all. Like, I know he got relegated with Rochdale, and I know, but he's also won the league with Man City as well. Not as in the Prem side. With who was he managing? The youngsters. He won it twice with. So, like, he must know something, and no one's going to come to Cardiff City if they're a nobody. I know we went straight from Jones. Yeah. I would have loved that. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved it. Gotta give this guy a chance. And at the end of the day, he's working with a club that's just been fucking relegated, that everyone's heads are down. We've had a tough fucking time of it. We need to back. The last thing we need to do is get on this guy's back, give him shit, and him fucking forward. We need to pump him up. We need to show him what the real Cardiff City is about, and him go, fucking this. He sounds like a passionate man himself. Like, we gotta go for it. Like, it's a League One tour. He's around the League One tour. We're nipping down to Blackpool for a weekend away. We'll be championship in no time.
Well, yeah, I think, like, way we should be with BBM is like bringing your girlfriend to bring the parents for the first time. You got their back. It's But yeah, Frank, how do you feel about him, mate? Are you backing him?
Yeah, I'm backing him all the way. I think Cardiff have done a good bit of business with him, really, because at the end of the day, we are League One. We know Championship or Premiership. Everyone's saying Nathan Jones. He might have come to Cardiff if he didn't win the final with Charlton, but that's not to be now. But I reckon he will be. He reminds me a bit of Malky McKay when he first come, and if he can get fresh faces and 1 or 2 experienced faces in the team now, and the belief in everything. If he can get everyone believing in the same sheet, we will do okay. I do believe it, and I am backing him 100%.
Lovely stuff. What about you, Welshie?
I mean, it's one of them for me. Like, a lot's gone on the past few years. Every appointment's going to make me nervous, but he talks a good game. His experience, he's got experience with youngsters, and he's worked at Man City and he's worked under Pep. But in the league that we're in, it's what he does, and actions speak louder than words. So it's whether he backs up what he's saying, and I will back him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm still nervous at the same time. I'm still skeptical in a way. You know, I'm not going all in. I'm keeping some chips
on the fence,
aside,
like on the fence, like
It's one of them.
You know, I think
we can't be any worse than what we've already had.
Yeah, I think, mate, as well. I can tell, mate. It's like you know, you want him to show. You know, you're not like, oh, I want him to fail. You know what I mean? I can tell that, you know, it's going by years. But, mate, this is what's great about the Central Stand, right? You know, everyone's entitled to opinion. I might say something, you might say something, but I respect it because everyone's different, you know, and that's what I love about doing this is because you get a narrative of everybody's different opinions, and especially with the comments, you know.
At the end of the day, when you rock bottom, where do you go? You can't get any lower. So the only way now is up. So
oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, like I said, some Cardiff fans are going to be buzzing and think we're going to win the league and stuff. Just know that there's been some big clubs going into League One, and it's took them years to go back up. So it's going to be a long road.
Yeah, I think it's the hope that kills you, innit? You know, but mate, I'm absolutely bouncing. Let's crack on with these questions. Reece Hayward, BBM did say that he wants to play possession football, but also football that fans want to come and see every week. I think that can mean grinding out results too. I think, yeah, because a lot of, you know, you hear the manager saying, or some of the players saying, you know, we are the 12th man. You know, and I honestly believe when you get the CCS rocking, mate, I tell you what, you know, you look at the Jacks game, or, you know, when the last 3 games when Ramsey took over, it was so good to see everyone come in to support the boys. But going on Marlow now, Marlow Cardiff, physical league, Ramsey would not cope with injuries. The youngsters will find it hard to adapt. Hard division ahead. Hope I'm wrong and we romp it. Bale, another Disney story. Always blue. Charlotte, Morgan smells. I hope not, Morgan. Wayne can't hold Rochdale against him. He's got millions of pounds of talent to use with players who have been used to the Prem and Championship. At Rochdale, he had a poor squad with a little money. He can't compare to the favourites tag. We are the biggest team in this league now. Absolutely, mate. Cymru Wales away days. Lovely, mate. Dalman is likely more involved than people think. He was involved in putting consortiums together. American owners haven't a good record. Glaziers at United and these down west. Laura needs someone like Marza, club legend. Oh, mate, I'd love him to come back in League One, mate. What would you feel about that, boys? If we sign Marza?
God, I'd love him. Every time I see him at like the charity days and all of that, he's still Cardiff City. Absolutely loved us. Like, he's a leader. He was a proper passionate player. Like, look at him when we every single time you see him scoring. We won't get another Marza. Would I have him back in the flick of a switch? My God, I'd pay his wages if I could. I love Marza. He was like my hero.
He
was so good.
Should we get a GoFundMe started, mate? Shall we?
I would as well. We love Marza.
What about you, boys? Do you think Marza should come back?
Yeah, Morrison. What a time he had here. The seasons he had here. The promotion season, he was on fire. In the Premiership, he had a good season. Unbelievable player, unbelievable leader is what we've been asking for, like last season and the season before. He was an actual leader, a beast on a pitch. He played for the badge 110% every single game. Unbelievable player. I'd have him back in an heartbeat.
Stacey had the baby in Cardiff as well, so his kids from Cardiff.
Oh, imagine little Marza growing up to play for Cardiff, boys. God, the future's bright. Going on to the questions. Nevea Rogers, yes, Dad.
Oh, yes, go.
Hi, Dad, again.
Oh.
Mogsy Boy. Peter Edwards, Cardiff would be a big club in League One. All the other teams would be wanting to take our scalp. Will younger players be able to cope with the pressure? And I think, mate, this is what goes down to it. I think what's great that we have been putting players out to League One. I know some have had good time, and some others haven't had the time that they should have had. But the way I look at it, boys, right? I don't know why this is the perfect lineup for me, boys. I'm going to ask you as well, guys, in the comments. Put what your perfect your starting 11. What would you be your perfect start 11? I think, right, 2 up front, right. So basically, having Michael Rindorf, Salak, the Colwell brothers in the middle, and just work off like a Dowda, and then have Tana on the right. But also, you've got these other youngsters coming through. But boys, what do you think about? What would you be starting 11, Morg?
I'd have Salah up front with Robbo. A Dowd. I'd have Tanner.
Yeah.
In the middle, I did this the other day. I said the 2 Colwells. I said Joe and Ruben Colwell in the middle. I would have NG at the back. Oh, I'm trying to think now. I'd have the left. Do you know what? Right, I've had Reindorf. He done class a left back. I don't know if I'd try him out there in League One. Bit of pace and that. Centre back wise. Oh, I'm trying to think what centre backs we even got left now. Jesus, it's left, didn't he? Have Jasper. Put him in. I think now. What else we got now at the back? Who left? Who's left now? Centre back wise.
Joe Bergen.
I don't rate him. We've had so many leave. I'd have to have Alan Wickings because I'm praying Hovard has gone. He was dreadful. But yeah, that's what I go for. I just, as long as he goals, I didn't rate him at all, and I don't rate Egan at all.
Thank you very much. What about you, Frank? What would you be your starting 11, mate, for League One?
I have Salah, Robinson, Tanner, Robertson. Then I'd have Began at the back, Jasper, Anik in goals, and there's one more midfielder, is it? I would
doing
the search there.
See, I couldn't tell you myself because the squad's going to change in the next few weeks. Some are going to come, some are going to go. So asking that question now is hard for me.
Yeah, I think I just got carried away.
A month and a half, and I'll probably be able to give you a good answer.
In with Wintle as well, is he completely gone?
I don't know, mate, because like I even forgot about him to the other day. Into one of the boys, I was like, oh my god, we got Wintle.
Yeah,
That's
what I mean. I don't know if he's staying or going.
Yeah, but boys, like basically, I know it's coming up to an hour, but depending on how your boys feeling, do you want to go for a bit longer, boys? Because I'm absolutely enjoying this. So, how was everyone for time?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I've already missed Emmerdale, so I might as well.
Good. If everyone else in the comments, if you want us to go longer, let us know. Keep pumping your questions in, because I can't it's literally just tons and tons of questions in, and I'm going to read every single one of them. Kyle Burston, absolutely Ross, bang on the money. Nevea again, yes, Dad. I will keep on popping that up for you, mate. Lauren Taylor, I can't see your comment as he's live, so can't see the comments. Tej, I reckon you just walk into the room. I wish I could walk into the room with the players, mate. It'd be best day ever. Daniel, can me and Jamie swear next time? Yes, you can, because you're not on TikTok now, and I won't get banned, so it's fine. Lauren, you'll never catch Morgan not swearing.
Yeah.
Right then, going on to the next one. Jonathan Wilkins, the legend. We need leaders like Phil Dwyer, Keith Ponton, Paul Ramsey, Sol Bamba, and Sol Morrison. The board should have shown a duty of care regarding Brizza. What do you think about that, boys?
I think that's a massive one, right? I'll be honest, me and my missus seen Brizza at the Vale Hotel, and we went up there, and I don't know how to in a nice way. Just didn't look with her at all. Like it was sad to see. I said to him, like, oh, like I loved it when Swansea and all that, and we were about five games away to the end of the season. How are you doing? And he just looked ill, which was sad. And you think, even doesn't matter what job you got, his old man's just passed away. We chucked him straight in. Get him win against Swansea, like, and then fight relegation. Went on his back, Rizza out, Rizza this. His old man's just died. We've just chucked him straight in. He's never been a massive manager, and it was so much for him to take. It was sad to see. I would have loved for him to keep us up. I really would have, and I really think he really wanted it. I think by the end of it, he just gave up. Like, it was hard to watch. It really does. And I genuinely hope he's all right. He's a really nice guy. He done what he could. No hard feelings. I wish him the best. But I think you're right. We have got a duty of care. But one thing I will bring up here, right, with Cardiff City, I seen Craig Bellamy when he left Cardiff. I had a conversation with him. Lovely guy. And I said, like, I was good at Cardiff. And he said, you know what? There's one thing about Cardiff that he said, every club that I've been to, no matter whether I left on good terms, bad terms, they gave me, whether it be a really nice bottle of champagne, a written letter, thank you so much for your services, really appreciate it, all the best for your next journey. He said I had nothing. Not a text message, not an email, not even a thank you. It was just, yeah, on to that. He said that I came back, I done Cardiff a favour. He said, I'm not saying that as in like I'm too big for Cardiff, but I could have gone somewhere way better. I could have gone somewhere and earned more money, but I wanted to come back to Cardiff. I'm a Cardiff boy, and that's why I knew he was going to go for the Wales job, because he was so passionate when he spoke about it. He was like, oh, I would have loved to like come back on good terms and all that. And he was like, they didn't even send me an say thank you. That's how poor it. And I hope that changes. I really think they need someone with some empathy, someone with a heart. But see.
Yeah, what about you, Frank?
Yeah, like Jonathan said in the comments, the Ninian Park days, everyone had passion there. The team, the managers, everyone. We went over to the new stadium, and we still had it with Dave Jones and all the board. It was brilliant. After Dave Jones went, then Malky, great. And then after that, Tan was pulling all the strings. It went a bit sour. I know what everyone's saying about Reza, what happened last season and stuff, but we can't blame him, really. He tried his best. But it's just one of those things, like you said, boys, if Reading was points deduction a couple of seasons ago, it might have been sooner. But we hear what we hear now in League One, and hopefully we can have a good season and bounce back straight away. But like we said about BBM, if we can install the Cardiff philosophy and go for it, we'll see how we go now next season.
Yeah, as good as we've got no pressure now. There's nothing to expect. We're already rock bottom. There's nothing to expect now. No, we're not staying up. We're not going down. We're not quite getting promoted. It's just we can actually breathe now and actually move forward.
Fresh manager.
Well, yeah.
Fresh faces. Hopefully we can do the business or have a good season this season and see how it goes, innit?
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Welshie?
Well, I can't really add anything to what
no.
Said, really. No, nothing.
No, sorry, mate. I just wanted to make sure you got everything you wanted to say, mate. That's all. I want to make sure everybody's voice is valued.
Make sure everyone stays awake, mate, because I'll put everyone to sleep soon.
No, mate, doing great, mate. Jonathan, again, thank you, mate. We need two gristly centre halves, a couple of old heads, the right balance without talented youngsters. Yeah, great spot. We've spoken about that, boys. It's Morgan allowed to come away with me and the boys.
Absolute.
Yeah. Right, Ben McCarthy. All us fans mainly want is want from the players and staff just to want to put pride in the badge. Ross, get Patterson back. Sorry.
I still now. I really do. I think he's getting on. I loved him, passionate, absolute nutcase off the pitch as well. But another on there, seen his dance moves. But I think we can't good step. There was a reason he left Cardiff. I know we're in League One now, so we can't be too picky. He played sort of centre mid. He played centre half, like he centre back at time. He was a bit of an all rounder. Chuck him up front. You could do anything with him, but I just reckon we gotta start something new now. We need a plan. We need to stick with it, and we need to just go for it.
Boys, got anything to add to that, boys?
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't bring anyone in back really. This we've had in the past. Old keys will open new doors in my eyes, and with a fresh manager in now, it's got to be a fresh direction. It's got to be something new. We can't like have somebody new in and go, "Oh, bring him back and bring him back." He's new. He's got his own ideas. Let's just let him crack on.
Yeah, great stuff.
Like you said, fresh manager, fresh faces. Maybe one or two experienced faces at no League One. That's what we need. And the key thing is we need injury-free all season. I'm not saying everyone, but majority of the squad needs to be injury-free for us to just have a good go at it this season. Than last season, everyone was injured. We had a different squad every single week, and that's what put us down, I believe.
Yeah.
But as long as we have a fresh squad, injury-free, we'll have a good go at it.
The thing is, you're not going to get any fresher than our youngsters, because they're going to be itching. And especially when I was speaking to Jamie Anderson, shout out to Jamie Anderson. They were talking about, like if you're a youngster now and you hear this, that they want to play youngsters, it's an exciting time to be a youngster in the Cardiff City Academy, But going on, I'm just going to read some of these quickly because there's so many to go through. And then we'll go on to some questions then. Wayne Davis, we couldn't score off set pieces last year and couldn't defend them, so we badly need centre backs and centre midfielders with great aerial presence and power. Absolutely spot on, Wayne. John, the club has been in decline for the past 10 years. Lauren Taylor, you can go whenever you want so long as I'm not in labour. There are, boy, there's your answer. Kyle Burson, good stuff. Right then, Morgan. Morgan Connor. Morgan, come to Yeovil in person, fella. Jonathan Wilkins. Everybody think we'll go up straight away. It took Sunderland 4 years to get promoted. This is a hard league, a very tough Green and Welsh here. I speak to John, right? He's like my Bluebird dad, right? Because believe it or not, last season, I used to go with my father all the time, right? So, like, not this season gone, the season before, I thought, right, I'm going to go on my own and try and make friends. So John took me in, and ever since, I've met Kyle, I've met all the other boys, and they've taken me in like a brother, a son. And that's what's amazing about Cardiff. Like, if you bleed blue, no matter what, your family straight away. And, shout out to Lee, Johnny, Jamie, Kyle, Morgan, all the boys, Laura, Natalie, without them people, and Connor, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now because they've been very supportive. So thanks, boys. Peter Edwards, talk wins nothing, lads. It's goals and results that bring success. I will give him till Xmas, and let's see where we are. Thanks, mate. Right, there's a good question for you, David John. The manager's in one piece. The backroom staff needs shaking up. Players didn't look fit enough last season for a start. Too many of the same old faces have been on the bench, training field since the Steve Morrison days. What do you think about that, boys? I'll start off with you, Welshie.
Well, you do need to have good backroom stuff in order to move forward, I think. But was it too many of the same old faces have been on the bench? Yeah, I agree in such. but also you need players who want to play for the team and not bothered about their own personal presence. Like you look at Jesse Lingard for Man U when he left. He was bothered about his modelling career and all this, and he was chased out of the club. But look at Callum Robinson last season, and the season before, he'd have a shit run, but then he'd be posting Instagram all these reels of him scoring goals, and it's all about him. It's like, hold on a minute, you've just had a shit 2 months and you're not been bagging, but now you're putting all over socials, all these amazing videos, all these clips and everything. Oh, look at me. So I mean, focus on yourself, mate, and get playing for the club.
Yeah.
That's what I want, is players that will play for the shirt. I don't care, like the backroom staff, the staff in itself, the manager, everything is one. Look at Wales in the Euros in 2016. Everyone played for each other. That's what I want now. It's like a 2016 Wales.
Yeah, like just playing there. That's what the central stand is for. We'll share your goals and your news.
Exactly, yeah.
Anything you'd like to add to that, boys? Or
Yeah, just the day John and Peter Edwards, good friends. You're spot on, boys. Hopefully you're right, but we got to have a go now. I know BABM's here, but like we say, we're not too sure what he's going to bring to the squad. But hopefully now everything is looking forward and upwards.
Yeah, great stuff, mate. What about you, Morg?
Out there, right? On about Callum Robinson. Do you know there was big rumours about whether someone was going to Wrexham and all of this, and now there's rumours that Paul Mullen might leave and all that. Would you do a swap for Callum Robinson for Paul Mullen? Paul Mullen, he said, I don't think I'd cut her in the Championship. I might leave, go to one, and then see how I do. Would you do a swap?
Yeah, I think, but mate, I think we need to ask the guest this. Let us know in the comments what you think the answers.
No chance.
Mate, I'll be honest with you, it have come into my mind. I was thinking, could we get something like him? He knows the league well. Well, he's been on the back bounce, So, but I know he's had injuries, with his back and stuff. So, would you really take? I know it's the name, but you need to look at. It's great stuff. Oh yeah, I'd say great getting. But you could also think, is that a slap in the face to Wrexham? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? So, but going on, Connor, BBM also developed youngsters and some went for decent fees. Absolutely spot on, mate. Wayne, Lee Riley is also highly rated and is a great addition. Jonathan Wilkins, bigger clubs than us have been in League One leads, Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Sheffield Wednesday and United. Kyle Spurston, Morgan loves men. I should have read that one. Sorry. John Christopher, hello boys. Hope we play well under BBM. Thanks, John, for joining us, mate. I hope you're enjoying the show. Ben McCarthy, the manager can only do so much needed for the players to want to be the pride of the club. And BBM is, for me, a good choice, but needs a push from the players. Absolutely not spot on, Ben. I think, we all want something to believe in. You just got to look at the season tickets alone. 11,000 season tickets. I honestly thought, bloody hell, we'd be lucky to get 10,000, not alone 11,000 season tickets. It's a perfect time. It is a start of a rebuild, and I know I was really disappointed about Rhino going, boys, because honest to God, I thought he was player of the season for me last season. But, I think we just need to be excited for a change, I think. Because we've gone on, Welshie, I appreciate it, your opinions, but I'm just sick of feeling down. I'm sick of, oh my God, this is another season. This is a fresh start, as you said, boys, going on. But Natalie Anderson, who do you think would be our captain now if O'Dowda was to go? Oof, that's a good question, boys. Frank, I'd like to ask you first, mate.
Well, like we said earlier, because there's a lot of new faces coming in now. We're not, but I would give it to either, say, Anik or Salek, I would say. But we'll see how it goes. That's the two I would go for, the captains.
Happy days. Welshie?
I just want a leader, but you don't have to have the armband on your arm to be a leader. You could have 11 leaders on the pitch at the same time. You don't. The armband means nothing in my eyes. You've got to play well as a team, and you've got to want it as a team as well. But considering he's worked with Robertson in the past at Man City, I feel like it could be him. I feel like you'll build a team around him.
Yeah,
he's worked with him before. That's what some managers do anyway. If they're used to a player and they've worked with him before at a new club, they'll build a team around that. So I think that's what you'll build a team around, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, going on Natalie's question, right? I think Salak, would be a good captain.
He's passionate. That's what you need.
Yeah, and I think that's if we just get the, like, all you need is a spark to start everything. But boys, I know what you said about the armband means nothing, but you had the luck, like you had Sean Morrison, but you had the likes of Sol Bamba and the other players in the squad. And all right, if he weren't having a good day, you had other players there who could bring the team back. Right then, boys, we gotta keep this momentum going. And the thing is, go on, sorry, mate.
No, that's right. And what I was going to say was, do you know when you appoint a captain, you sort of look and you think, why put you as a captain? What spark do you bring? Because you can't be someone who's quiet and sheepish. When he scores, he adds into the crowd. He loves it. That picture, when I was here, when Cardiff played Swansea, when he gripped up the Swansea, he weren't backing down. He's in there. You knew he was up. You know he's up for scoring goals. He ain't sit back as a captain and be all quiet. He'll be telling them that ball now. He could score good in League One. I really do. The way he's up in the air, the way with his footwork, I think this could be the make. Like, he was fantastic last season. Don't get me wrong. Have a full season in League One. Ping the ball to him. Like, that's all we need to do. And League One, let's be honest, I know everyone's like, really hard. It's a really hard thing, League One. So is the champion. Like, so is the championship. We're going to stay down now. There's going to be, let's be honest, there's going to be games now in League One where we could win 3-4-0. We haven't seen this, all right, except for when we played Swansea when we battered them. Like, but I really think we're going to do well this year.
It's good to have the youth in, but it took Birmingham spent 30 million to get out the league.
Yeah.
So it's one of them. Wrexham spent a lot of money as well. So it's good having the youngsters, but it's getting out of the league as well. So you've got to. This is where the rebuild happens now. Are we going to spend money, or are we going to wait until next season to spend money? See where we finish really before we build on.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of, like, it's no financial fair play now. So I have heard some people saying that, Tan will put, the extra money in, which I hope he does. I'm not saying, like, but yeah, I'd love him to spend 50, 60 million, on new players, get that, if we're using youngsters now, get that blinking academy sorted, the one they were supposed to be building, that's been going on for years. If we are going to be using academy players now, get that built, so going on. Connor, my boy, how are you? I think BBM will give it to Caldwell, Nat. Laura and Taylor, I'd put Tana if I thought it goes. NWM, this is what worries me with Ral's leaving. Aside from Adauda, if he stays, there are no candidates for captain, to be honest. Bringing Moz back just to scream in the dressing room alone. Yeah, I think even if they can get, like, people like ambassadors, like, like I know Michael Chopra is around the club a lot, just get, even if it's like, they're not, I don't know, just to say, oh, look, can you just come in the, work out, and maybe have players like that, like old school players, come in and say, right, have a look, because they're leaders themselves. Invite them to the training. Ask them all, what do you think? It's not hard. It's not rocket science. And then like Mars could be looking and think, all right, yeah, I like the look of him. Let's have a chat with him. Build the bigger picture for him. Do you know what I mean? Say, oh my God, that's the Mona Lisa. We want you to be the Mona Lisa. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, mate. So I want to go on a segment because I've been really excited to about this one. So if you give me 2 minutes, boys, 2 seconds. Basically, right, I'm gonna ask you, right, what is your all-time favorite Cardiff City chant, boys? I'll start off with you, Morg. In the comments, let us know what is your all-time favourite Cardiff City chant.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, Men of Hallock every time. Da, 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 ba. You back that miles away. Do you get me?
Yeah.
That's what really gets me going. When I turn up to Cardiff, I remember walking on the Bob Bank, the Grange End, when that was going. Oh my God, it just gives me goosebumps sometime. You hear it? But that's my all-time favourite person.
Yeah, what about you, Frank? What's your all-time favourite Cardiff City chant, mate?
There's so many good years. The famous all about you. There's so many. I swear on live anyway, but the ones that we sing at when we play in Swansea, when when Swansea City went to Rome to see the Pope would be the best one for me, but I wouldn't say sing it all and live, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I've got like my favorite one, and I've only discovered this year because Lee and Johnny, right? Lee, I know he's watching this. Johnny, if you see a Swansea supporter with a scarf around his neck, Cardiff boys will come and break his neck and go da 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 da. That's my favorite one. Like, but Welshie, what about you?
I couldn't tell you. There's so
No?
many good ones. Depends on like the game and how the game's going. Like someone scores, we'll sing about that player, or like we would just sing all the time, don't we? So it's just one of them. Like they're all good.
Yeah, but
Swan,
Yeah,
it's another.
they go.
It's another thing I want to say. You're at the central stand. I know Cullen mentioned it. But what we want to start doing, especially what we can most probably start on Sunday, if you've got any chance, let us know so we can start pumping them out. We will credit you. If you can think of one, we can put it, like back in the day with the Echo, they used to put the songs on and you used to know, to sing about it. If you send us to the central stand, we will share it. I think, boys, we just need to get some more, some really hardcore, one of our own, because a lot of like chants we have kind of nicking other clubs' songs. Because back in the day we used to have such, our songs were, spectacular. But going on, boys. Right, Kyle Burston. Bigger teams in League One than us, been bigger teams than us. They're there and they struggled. Won't get my hopes up. What do you think about that, boys?
I seen a comment earlier about like the clubs like Sheffield Wednesday. When have Sheffield been bigger than us? Like Sheffield Wednesday, like shit ground, shit football. Like I'd never look at Sheffield like Wednesday when we're in them and go, oh my God, we got such a hard game. What a big club. We're Cardiff. We're the capital city. Like we used to beat teams like Leeds United at home, Ninian Park. That one will live with me forever. We used to scare, we used to terrify football players. No one would want to come to Cardiff. We need that back. We're bigger than any team, especially out of League One. Like I put myself bigger than most of the Championship sides. Never, and people are like, "Oh, Reading, bigger team than Cardiff." When? I don't see it. Maybe I'm a bit biased because Cardiff's in my blood, but I just don't look at teams like that and go, "Oh, there's so Luton ain't a massive club." They went up to the Prem for a little bit, come down again. They're another up and side down. I don't look at them. I don't go playing Luton away next year and be terrified thinking, oh, what a massive side Luton now. No, we're Cardiff City.
Yeah, so going on, boys, now of the last segment, because we've got like 9 minutes left now. Segment, Cardiff City as therapy. For some, it's just football. For us, it's a home. When life is hardest, we go back to CCS, the raw, the ritual, the reminder we're not alone. So, Frank, when has Cardiff helped you through a hard time?
Just to let you know, boys, if my goes blank now, I'm not being rude. It might just be my phone's died, but I'll just say, it's helped me a tremendous lot over the years. when I was in college. I grew up with Cardiff, Ninian Park, new stadium. It's me all over. Like the four of you on the panel today, unbelievable times over Cardiff, and still now, I just love it. It's in my blood. It'll always be in my blood, and it's helped me tremendous, like all of you know. And I'm just excited for the season and the future. But it's helped me big time with every family. My brothers love Cardiff. We through and through. But like I say, boys, if I do go, if my was blank,
it's fine, mate. Another thing I want to say, I know it's Men's Mental Health Month. I just want to say, if you ever, men out there, you know, if you ever need a chat, speak to your mates. You know, football is a great release. I know there's been no football on at the minute, but, you know, you're the central stand. If you're ever feeling down, need a chat or whatever, please message us. I just wanted to say that. So yeah, I want to go on. Well, Frank has just gone now. He did say, boys, I'll put it to you. What does this club give you that nothing else does, boys?
Oh my God, everything. Like, I've gone through so whole life. I've gone through ups, I've gone through downs, and I know I shouldn't say this. Like, I've got a baby on the way. Don't get me wrong, that was the best in my life. But beating Swansea at home like that, it was up there. It was amazing. Going to Wembley, beating, like, I'm not being funny. Even I know that Joe Ledley goal, Andy Campbell scoring in the Millennium Stadium against QPR. Like, people don't realise what it means to us. I'm there, my top is off. I'm a different person when I'm at the football. Like, it either makes me, breaks me, whether we win or lose. If we lose, I'm gutted. I don't care if it's 1-0, 5-0. I'm gutted. Go into the city and we see bam, Dowda, last minute goal. It's all over, game over. Boom, ball in, bang, bop. It means everything to us. It gives me like no other.
Yeah, it's you know, it's like we like our nephew, right? And we took him when Ramsey scored that penalty. And it's like that, you know, it's heritage. It's like being in my family, being Welsh, it's like a badge of honour. You know, it's no prouder achievement than being Welsh. And like for me, like as I said, football's my escape. Like especially through a hard time. Like I lost someone close to me, and he was a massive football fan, but he supported Swansea. But my bumper, even though he supported Swansea, he'd always be respectful and his heritage of Welsh and football. And he always say to me, I'm proud of you, boy, for supporting a Welsh team. Even though I don't matter if, you know, if you support English team or whatever, like Cullen does, Liverpool and Cardiff. To me, you know, as long as you pick your Welsh club first over English club, then, you know, that's the way I look at it anyway. But going on, boys. Sorry, boys, 2 seconds.
Did you just say pick a Welsh club over an English club? You should only have one club.
No, I know that. I know.
I don't agree with that. 2 clubs.
No, I only support one club, and that's Cardiff City. You know, one club, one love, and I've said, as Mr. Jonathan Wilkins says. Right, going on to the next question. What role does Cardiff City play in your day-to-day life, boys?
Controls it a little bit too much.
Controls your week, doesn't it?
Like you said the other day, I was waiting for manager news. Check. I was putting notes on. I was checking it. Who's staying? Who's going? And then all of a sudden, boom, manager. Boom, this person leaves. Boom, that person leaves. Here's a retain list. But I was like, whoa, hang on. And I've noticed a million times on this today. If we draw, if we're 3-0 down and we come back 3-0, I'm buzzing. Yeah. It's a draw, but I'm expecting it. If we win, I'm over the moon. If we lose, That's my whole mood. Let's be honest, football is just like everyone says, it's only a game. It's not. You lose, you go into work the next day and goes, they lost. If you win, you go, yeah, come on, we won. It goes so deep. So yeah, it's my take on it.
Yeah, there's nothing I could top of that.
Great, mate. What is the deepest emotional moment you've had supporting Cardiff City, boys? What's the best memory you've had supporting Cardiff, being there in the Cardiff City Stadium, either Ninian Park? What was your all-time favourite? Even the group, even the chat can get involved in this one. What was your all-time favourite goal?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Choppers against Swansea.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say it then. I was gonna say that was literally my one, but do you know when we got promoted to the Prem? We got all on the pitch, the flip, like that feeling. Normally, you see how passionate I am. You see how I'm buzzing whenever Cardiff win and all that. When we got promoted to them, it was the first time I froze. Like it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was, oh my! It just didn't feel real. And it was the best feeling. I don't think I slept for about 2 days. I was absolutely buzzing. But like that chopper goal against Swansea, my God, I think I went down about 4 or 5 flights like that. I was buzzing. There was people you didn't even know hugging you, kissing you. Like, oh, that was a big one.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a cop out for this one, but basically, my nephew, he's my world. Me and my brother took him to his first last season was his first away game, and it was Swansea. And when we equalised, he literally looked at me and my brother crying, literally hugging us and telling us this is the best day of his life. I'm sorry, but I'm a very family oriented person, so for my nephew to turn around and tell me that when, because I managed to get us tickets, and it was buzzing. But no, boys. So I think that's it for a magnificent episode, boys. Thank you so much for coming on. How you feel about that, boys? Do you enjoy?
Loved it.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
gonna get you back on soon.
100%, I'll be there. My little picking show, I'll be there.
Also, I'd like to ask, boys, what message could you give, if it's youngsters watching now, right? And there's been a few I've seen in group chats beforehand. What is your speech to say to the youngsters about Cardiff City to get them motivated?
Not so much of a motivation speech, bro. Just say don't support Man U or Man City. Support Cardiff. Don't be one of them. That's all I'm saying.
What about you, Morg? What's your message to the youngsters who've, got all this to come, what we've been through,
The faith. There's bad times, but these bad times right now is going to be better. And when those better times come, you won't ever get a feeling like it. Watching the Bluebirds do what they do, there ain't no feeling like it. Going on the terraces, keep that blue on your heart, keep going. And always do the Salah. Come on, a Bluebird.
Up the boys. Yeah, I just want to say, everyone, thank you for tuning in. We'll see what the stands. And like my heart says, make Cardiff great again. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see what the stands. Come on, the boys. Bluebirds.
Come on, Bluebirds. Legends, lads.